Welcome, everybody, on in to the Ferrum Heights podcast. Holy heck, it has been quite a long time since I've been here, and it's been a hot minute since we've all been here together. So, good to see you guys again. How you guys all doing today?
Oh, no, Skype.
Right.
I thought Skype died for a
Yeah,
second.
you guys.
Are we good?
Oh, was it glitched out?
Is Skype working? Is it my? It's not my fault this time, right?
No.
Okay.
So it's fine.
Is it me? All right.
No. All right, doing well. It's been a good time. Some interesting events in terms of like what it means for Worlds this weekend, but yeah.
Yeah. It's good. Yeah. Our guest, wonderful Rokso the Savage.
Yeah, Rokso, my man, dude. It's been a long time since we've had a hot chat. How have you been?
Yeah. Same old stuff. Well, not really same old stuff. Running a tournament now.
Yeah. There's a couple things that are different. Running a tournament, getting ready for World Championships. You know, the usual.
When you put it like that.
Is there any other way to really put it though?
I ain't saying nothing.
All right. Well, that's all I have to say. And you know, Min's not much new for me. I've somehow once again missed Defend the North. I don't know how it's happened twice in a row, but
It's all your fault, man.
maybe third time's the charm next year.
It's all your fault. Maybe.
You know.
Maybe.
Hey, speaking of Defend the North, man, let's talk about that. There's a couple tournaments that have happened recently, right? Defend the North being one of the big ones. So, Mins, fill me in on what happened over there at Defend the North.
Well, a lot of people played some games of Pokken.
Wow, are you sure?
Wow, I
Is
know,
that what happened at
Crazy.
tournaments?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I doubt it.
But yeah, no.
Doubt it.
So Twixie came up, and unfortunately, no one could defend the North. The North was invaded, and it was taken. Technically, still
year.
East Coast still won, so we got that compensation going on. There was no one from West Coast, but you know, we take those.
We take this by. And Rokso, you were there, right? Yeah,
I was there.
And was there.
Sub first place, right? If you're not first last though, right?
Yeah.
Now fifth place, right? How
Yes,
did you like your Defend the North experience, man?
Mhm.
It was pretty interesting. That was right after Internets, and I was more focused. I didn't want to say I was more focused on like get my mentality right for Worlds, because like you still need to have offline practice. So going to Defend the North, I was like more on still the recovery of Internets, but I still wanted to compete at that high level. And it was funny because everybody was like on their A game. Everybody came up and showed up at Defend North. And then as the stream knows, there was a fire alarm was pulled in the middle of the tournament. Literally that whole room evacuated. There was not a single soul in that room.
Thank you, Froze.
And I was just like, I was just like hearing it, and I wasn't really doing anything about it. And then Shippo was like, "Yo, we have to go." But I was like, "Dude, I'm opening up Pokemon cards." And he was like, "You have to get out of here." I was like, "Fine."
But
whatever.
bro, there's Pokemon.
The priority
cards
was
to
your
go.
Pokemon cards.
But Burnside was generous enough to give me one of his that he got from Internets, and I really wanted to open it, so I just wanted to open it. You know, I wanted to play.
I think escaping the burning building. Like Trump.
Nah. But what if he pulls that Tapu Lele? You know, gotta be on the lookout. Actually, what set was it? Where were you opening from? Forbidden Light?
Forbidden Light, yeah.
Okay, that's a value set, dude. That's all I'm saying. There's a lot of money in that set. You could open some cash money. You might have died, you know, from the burning building. But at least you would have died knowing you pulled a solid $60 card.
Died a slightly richer man.
The shameful thing is, all I'm looking for is Garchomp in that. So I got him, and that was it.
Oh, fair enough.
This man. Yeah, so Defend the North, a pretty stacked tournament, right? What did you think about it, McDareth? You didn't go, right? But you were
No,
a
yeah,
witness.
I watched.
A witnesser.
I'm working now, so I didn't get to watch the end of it. But the part I did get to catch, especially the Twixie vs. Cat fight, match. I thought that was such a cool match in setting up a story. It's like the passing of the torch almost. Because Catfight was super dominant.
Passing of the candle.
Yeah. Catfight was super dominant early on. So see him when he's been practicing again against Twixie when Twixie's at his prime was like really cool to see how close that was.
Yeah, when did that? That was pretty early, right? Yeah, that was like.
Yeah, it was like early in the bracket.
Yeah, that was really early.
And Catfight actually got knocked out pretty by Whitey White, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah.
That was
Losers, he got
insane.
knocked out.
Was that on stream at all? I saw that. I saw the bracket, but I don't think I saw the match.
I don't believe it was on. That was the only match he had on stream. Catfight, the Twixie versus Catfight.
Man. Oh, there's a pup. That's a pup right there. That's a.
It is indeed a pup. I have.
Did you get to watch the match off stream, Rokso?
I think at that, I think I was like off playing my own matches at that point, or maybe I was just taking a break. I'm not too sure, but there were some offline matches I caught at the very last second. I caught. Actually, I think one of the few people this year to beat Twixie, Flegger, took a set off Twixie, and there was a whole. It was like It was funny because it was like watching like an FGC like big match happening, and everybody was crowded around a table, and there was really like nowhere for anyone to like go, and like everybody was hearing the reactions and all that stuff. And then when Flegger took it, it was pretty exciting in general. And then Twixie eventually got the run back.
And I imagine that room was silent on that run back.
It literally, yeah. Over there was just like, wow.
Yeah, that's kind of.
Twixie had quite the run, man. Man was on fire for the whole bracket, right? And he got knocked out by Flegger, and then climbed all the way through like 4, 5 rounds of losers, 6 rounds of losers. Had a crazy close match with Oreo, and then. And grand finals was pretty clean though. You went 6-1, right, in grand finals?
Yeah, 6-1.
Jeez, the man,
pretty much
can't be stopped. I mean, he was stopped. We'll get that in a second.
He was halted.
He was halted. You know, but what's crazy is the one tournament that mattered, which I guess we can move into next, was not the one tournament. Okay,
I mean, is he wrong when it comes to Worlds? Is he wrong?
When it comes to Worlds, the one tournament that matters.
It's not like
go to your locals.
It's not like we have points or anything. So when a
the
qualifier
local,
pops up.
the big event that really mattered that Twixie actually fell short to was the NA Internets. Let's talk about that real quick. What was going on with that freaking tournament?
That tournament was insane. So many killers in that bracket.
I mean, that's a foreshadow of what LCQ is going to be. Holy hecky, my name is Becky. That's going to be the most ridiculous qualifying tournament.
I mean,
okay, but before we get to LCQ, though, let's talk about Internets, man. Let's talk about Internets.
Well, let's talk about the winner first, and then we'll get to everything else. But more important than the winner, who is Thanks a Lot,
what was that
is
guy's name?
Thanks a Lot.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks
a lot. Yeah.
Wait, was it Thanks a Lot or Thanks?
Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot. 3 words or
capital
Thanks
a lot.
A lot. Because there's
that's that Pokemon. That's that Pokemon censorship.
But this is the power up, though. Is it like Sweet Master? Is he gonna get that name and just start winning?
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's gonna be the fact. It's gonna be the case.
And of course, I mean, Thanks a Lot. He's been on the up and up. Like that man's been like doing some crazy stuff for the past months, and he finally broke through that barrier of just.
He's won before.
That man ascended, and I mean, I think his run was pretty freaking clean too. Like it was crazy. I know Twixie got knocked out, or did he? He fought Twixie at some point, right? See, what was that bracket?
Thanks a lot.
No,
they never.
He dodged him, right? Because Twixie went out early to.
Twixie lost to Mutator.
Mutator and Shadowcat.
Mutator, Shadowcat. Yeah, those 2 matches were insane to watch.
Yeah.
Before we move on from Thanks a Lot, I just want to say one thing that will might get lost in the battles of history is that Thanks a Lot is the only person to have ever gotten the Empoleon camera glitch on stream.
Oh yeah, I commentated that match. I remember.
An official stream.
Is that?
He did it too. He had at Internet.
Yeah,
I didn't know he did it.
Yeah,
I remember DreamHack Austin because I commentated that, but I didn't know he did it.
Internet yet?
Crazy. But yeah, no. I just want to say that because I find that hilarious every time.
Is there a ruling on that yet?
Like, it's about
to happen. There's no. They patched it for this event, but
it's gone now. But like, That's funny. The Pokemon company was like, yeah, it's a pretty big exploit. Go ahead and use it. Fair enough. On a Pokemon stream. What a legend, dude. What a freaking legend.
It requires someone playing Napoleon. It's fine.
Yeah, that's fair. You're already on a downhill, uphill climb, right?
Gotta take whatever you can get.
All right, so in internets, man, let's talk about this. What was the most exciting thing that happened over there? Obviously, thanks a lot taking it pretty clean as well. It was ridiculous. I know Mutator and Shadowcat had a lot of. Let's talk about those two for a second. Let's talk about those two.
I thought especially Shadowcat's run, nothing against Mutator, but like we've seen Mutator at events, so we know Mutator's really good. He doesn't travel, but like Shadowcat has been like the online warrior, and for him to go to this and be one round away from making it to Worlds was incredible.
Bro,
yeah, Shadowcat went from someone that people weren't convinced was a real person to someone who almost got a flight.
My God. You're not real, but you took me out in the internet. Well, I'm real now, so take that.
First major event, and you'd have to think like someone that's playing online and has his locals. He goes to Michigan locals. But to go at the Pokemon International's scale of a tournament with so much on the line, you'd think that like either like tournament experience or like nerves would get to the dude.
Yeah, I feel
that dude was stone cold the entire time, emotionless. Even on stream when he wins, emotionless.
It reminds me of DD Light, like 100. If you remember 2016 DD Light, he won.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, DD Light's he's so different in bracket.
I love DD Light.
He won to get into top 3 at Worlds, and his expression.
I mean, that guy's like he's been in FGC for like 125 years. Like he's seasoned. All right, that man's been sitting and marinated in the FGC for like years. He's marinated, but he knows what's going on.
I just want to say that I don't think people get like what Rokso said. Like tournament nerves. Like I've been at least since Smash 4 came out. I've been going to tournaments now 4 years. There's still sometimes I'll play someone I just feel it, or before I play in bracket you feel it, and like everyone deals with that differently. But like. To go to your first major and do this is like really impressive.
Yeah, no, Shadowcat, all props to that man. Freaking insane result, man. Insane
in the interview, in the post-game interview, which I thought was really cool. Actually, props to TPCI for
bringing it back.
Yeah, bringing that back, but like in a better way, so it wasn't like a 30-minute break between every match because of it.
That's fair.
Like it wasn't like before and after every match, which is what it used to be. But because of it. You could see in the interview with Shadowcat, he was like really shaking afterwards, like so he like, and he was doing so well, but he looked so stoic. But he like brought his arm and he was actually shaking, but he played incredible. Who took him out?
Thanks a lot.
It was Thanks a lot.
Oh yeah.
Well, Thanks a lot. And winners was Oreo took him out.
Oh, Oreo. Dude, Oreo had a good run too, man.
Yeah, Oreo lost.
That is a heartbreaker, man.
Because Oreo was so close last year too.
5th place. Me and him got 5th there. And like it's a shame because like Tri-State didn't have anyone last year, obviously. Yeah. And this year we had
Rosin, honorary Tri-State.
And this year we had 3 people in the top 8. And then 2 of them, Oreo and White Chocolate, which also he had a breakout, beating Momo and Maverick to get into top 8 there. I forgot who he beat in to get into top 8, but I know he went through Maverick and Momo. So Momo.
Who did
so that's,
Momo lose to in winners? I don't remember.
Was it? Did he get eliminated by White Chocolate, or was it?
White Chocolate was in winners when that happened.
Okay.
I don't know who eliminated Momo.
I'm looking at it right now. I can just Control F. Momo. Momo got eliminated by Zyflare, yeah.
Okay.
Good stuff, Zyflare. Damn. I think I missed that one.
Because that was like a big talking point I know we did is will the invasion keep happening?
Yeah.
Also, we can't forget to mention Beto. And, oh man, what was that other person's name? Oh,
the other two?
Ignacio or whatever.
Ignacio?
What? No, there was another player from Mexico that came with Beto. Or El Paso or something like that. And he came through, both of them came through. And
El Paso.
Oh, and Brian as well. From Singapore came through.
Oh yeah, there was someone from Singapore.
Oh, that was super freaking cool. That's sick. That's super cool. the reach of Pokken is now spreading like fire.
Yeah.
Like a fire alarm.
There's a lot of people in like the Oceania region that have been having the like online tournaments, and like 14 people now. I'm just like, that's pretty good
for them.
It's unfortunate that region doesn't get represented at Worlds.
Imagine if they had their own tournament and they were able to send their own players. You know,
it's just like it's legal, so Elton can kind of do what he wants. It's just kind of unfortunate for that whole reason. Just one of the best players in the world showed up, so give us your spot.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's crazy. So yeah, in internets, man, bonkers tournament. It's only the precursor of what's going to happen at Worlds. So there is one more tournament that happened. That was the iconic in a couple of ways. Of course, EVO being one of the biggest tournaments of fighting game communities out there. And the other big thing that happened was there was a certain someone who actually did not end up winning the tournament, which was quite surprising. So let's. Oh no, sorry. No, he won that tournament too. No, you're right. I'm sorry. We're still moving back. No, so EVO. The one thing I didn't want to talk about was there's a couple names that were in high placement. I actually saw him in chat right now as well. Thunder Griffin. How much do we know about this man? Where's this man been?
As of recently, he actually went to internets. He played in the crew battle. I know that much. I don't know about placement, maybe 17th or 23rd. But this is a good breakout for him.
He's a Midwest player, right?
Arizona, I think.
Arizona? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know if you consider that West Coast, but yeah.
I mean,
yeah, because the man did quite well for himself over there at EVO. They best shout me out for being a hit away from taking out Azazel. Shout out to Utah for being one hit away from taking out Azazel. Says Utah.
I was so hoping that would happen. That would have been. I would have popped off in real life. I was already popping off. I was getting excited watching it.
EVO. Cool. So let's talk about EVO for a second, man. Top 8, pretty crazy bracket, man. We had, how was it? Twixie.
We had the first American player to ever take a set off of Zazel.
Yeah, 2 sets actually.
Indeed.
3 sets, actually. No, 2 sets. 2 sets.
No,
right.
2.
3. No, he took 3 sets off in one tournament, dude. It's crazy.
The meeting of those two, I thought it was so interesting how it shows like the counterpick style, right? So Azazel, he goes in with Sceptile because he basically has to, because that matchup was really hard. He tried him at Champion Winners, didn't work out. Came back with losers, like, okay, I'll go Sceptile. So he takes Twixie out using Sceptile, and then it becomes a counterpick meta or it's very dominant by counterpick now, because he has to win with Sceptile, so he has advantage. So when Twixie switches, when Azazel has to stay, Twixie switches to Chandelure to counter Sceptile. Then Azazel loses. Now Azazel can switch again to counter the Aegis Slash, and then it just keeps going. And because he won first, he now has advantage through the rest of the set. But then when he won and reset, he stayed Mewtwo and lost, and then he lost that advantage.
Yeah, he actually ended up switching to Sceptile and then lost the Sceptile matchup too.
Yeah.
So that's one of those situations where like it's the mind game at first, and then just winning. Like game 1 is so important, especially in counterpick situations. So if you're playing like into your worst matchup, like obviously Machamp versus Chandelure, it's an all right matchup, and by all right I mean
not all right at all.
No,
it's not all right at all. In fact,
no.
So yeah, having to win with.
I mean, it's all right for the Chandelure.
Oh yeah, it's all
everything's
right.
all
it's
right.
Exclusively right. There is no other direction that is. It's fantastic. But of course, winning that game 1 becomes super important. And then like it almost becomes like you have to play perfect, because if you lose in the matchup that you prefer, you're like almost gonna lose that set guarantee unless you can win the losing matchup. Of course, way more comfortable Aegis Slash versus Sceptile. So having to win the Sceptile Chandelure matchup becomes ridiculously important, because if you lose that, you then have to win Sceptile versus Aegis Slash, and then because you win, you cannot counterpick. So you have to win it at least twice in a row.
Yeah.
So very, very, very scary.
It reminds me of I don't know how much of any of you watched Street Fighter 4, Ultra Street Fighter 4, but it reminds me of Bonchan versus Snake Eyes, right? And they're like they would always clash, and their clashes always go to game 5 every time, and it'd be pure counterpick wars. Because Snake Eyes, famous Geef player, he pretty much could not ever beat his Bonchan Sagat. But Snake Eyes' Evil Ryu would almost always beat the Sagat. And I want to say, I feel like he swapped to like Adon or something. He's something different. Bonchan would swap out of that, and so it'd just be this counterpick wars of who could get the first win. Because whoever got that first win, unless the player who lost played perfectly the next couple of rounds, they were going to decide the whole thing.
Oh yeah,
crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Pokken has definitely turned into that, I feel.
Oh yeah, I was talking a lot. I mean, it's kind of outdated now, but when I was in Sheffield with all the EU players, that was a big topic of conversation because I know a lot of the EU players. It's kind of different than the US, where I feel like more EU players play way more than one character. You have a lot of American players that stick primarily to one character, except for 1 or 2 matchups. You have EU players that you don't even know who they're going to be picking. Here's the next match. It's going to be at one character versus another. Do I know who? Absolutely not. We're going to find out. So, you have stuff like that. So I feel like the meta is slowly evolving much more into a counterpick meta. And, boy, with Worlds coming up right exactly now-ish, I can't even begin. We don't even know who's going to be in Worlds fully yet. And then on top of that, we're going to have no idea what character matchups we're going to see, how they're going to play out or anything. So I think with that, we can kind of move on. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. Well, before we talk about Worlds, go ahead, Mintz.
That's just one thing I guess I just want to talk about for EVO was we kind of lucked out in a weird turn of events because things got so delayed on the side game stream because I think they added ARMS when it wasn't originally supposed to be there or something, and that ended up ARMS and Rival of Aether. Those 2 games ended up being added onto it unexpectedly, added 2 hours to the runtime, and then everything was just really late. So eventually we were just so late they couldn't have the event open anymore, so they had to take Pokken from the side game stream to the stream that had Tekken on it. Which was better for us because that had more viewers at the time. Because that was the only game still running at that point. So they just ended. Pokken comes right on. 5,000 people watching Pokken, and it was cool. And it was a good chat. I mean, it was late, so I went to in sub only mode. But people were really receptive to the game because it was some really good Pokken matches.
Down in chat answering questions. Yeah, I was like, I'd love to help. Sub only.
Sub only, man. I mean, it's worth it for not like this or Evo Mind Blown. It's always worth it for that.
I love the first Evo ones where they have
Evo GG
and stuff.
the Nemo, the GG hand.
That was actually really good.
Amazing.
I actually love that.
Love that one. It's so good. Oh my god. But yeah, dude, I'm glad that worked out well for us. Just because getting people to see Pokken always great.
Yeah, Evo's definitely an important stage for Pokken to be shown at. I just wish we would. I'm glad they brought us back onto main stage, even though it was only top 4. Yeah, but I wish that we had the typical game treatment.
Main game.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, maybe one day
it can happen, but I feel like people just have to be. You need people going to events. You need people throwing events.
In this day and age of Evo,
there's so many games.
It's all about the new games.
Yeah, to be fair, this Evo had a lot of new stuff. Pokken's not new and big anymore. I mean, not big. It's not the new thing, right? We had Dragon Ball Fighters. We had
Cross Tag.
Yeah, I mean, there were so many new games. The new BB, freaking Dragon Ball Fighters. Tekken is still really big. And Tekken will always be big, so Tekken 7, of course, can take a main spot, and then of course Smash as big as ever.
You had the stream pretty much
huge
purely for Soul Calibur side event.
Yeah, exactly. So it's this Evo was pretty stacked with tournaments, with streams in their games. So the fact that we ever got a main slot in any regard is fantastic. So shout outs to all the guys that made that possible, and of course shout outs to the team that streamed it. What team actually ended up streaming Evo for Pokken?
I don't actually know.
Yeah, I don't
It was
know.
Evo 5?
It was unfortunate. Oh wait, are you talking about the pools side of it?
Oh,
No. Like the on main stage. Who was streaming?
Oh.
Who was in charge of that?
It was Evo 5. What was
It was Evo 4.
No, I think it was 5.
Never mind.
Yeah, one of the normal streamers
give
runs
One of the
it.
Evos.
I don't know which one.
Just
Thanks to whoever did it. You guys were fantastic. It was a fun stream. And yeah, but seriously, it's awesome that we're still getting that spotlight, even if it's only top 4. And like you said, the fact that we kind of got shoved onto a high view stream, that's pretty good. That's pretty awesome. So hopefully, come next year, Pokken's bigger and better, and we get a bigger main slot. But we'll take what we can get. And man, like the fact that we're still even here at Evo and having events and it's been 3 years, like man. This is the third Evo now, right?
Yeah, since Pokken came out.
Third
It's
Evo.
the third Evo, yeah.
That's crazy. So shout outs to the game, shout outs to the community, and of course everyone at Evo who made that possible. So with that, I think are we good on the events that happened? Because I know there's there's 2 events that are coming up that a lot of people are excited about, and one kind lad who's to my right or something
That's close.
has some information on. So, but without further ado, unless you guys got something, I think my man, the legend himself, Rokso, player to TO, has some information for us. Isn't that right, Rokso?
Information? Yeah. It's more of like just a perspective of going from a player to like helping set up, like just completely on my own, setting up a tournament in this kind of scale that I wanted to be in, because with a final and when I left HBA, and then I was like still working with them to create that final boss, which was amazing. To do it completely on my own showed me like such a it makes me really appreciate the TOs and how hard they work to create a major to begin with. And
They're the MVPs, man.
they are like
No one knows it.
yeah, they are so. I feel like they're so underappreciative, because like underappreciated. I'm sorry, because they work so hard to get everything they want like up and running for everybody. And for what I'm experiencing right now, it's flowing okay. There's some things I wish we could be doing better. There's still some things that still need to be sorted out. And then there's the money that needs to be sorted out. But everything else, like, it's still stressful, and it's only 3 months away still. But I'm so excited, looking forward to it. So hopefully everybody that comes will enjoy it as well. So we have international people coming through. I believe some of Japan is planning on coming through. Gorson is going to Destiny. I feel like that's amazing.
Yeah,
I hear Rubs is making his way, like trying to snake his way through.
Make his way downtown.
Yeah. So.
Is he walking fast?
So yeah, it's gonna be hell of fun. It's gonna be fun.
So yeah, I want to talk about that again. Just like the part where, what was the hardest part for you? Going from going from the player to the TO, like what step really took the longest to figure out how this is gonna work?
The step that took the longest, I would say, is working out the venue, I would say. Because like I said, I hinted at my last podcast I did with Ferrum. I don't really remember. I was still looking for a venue, and it was becoming difficult, like to try to find the right one with the right pricing and all that stuff. And I've been planning this since after Final Boss. Like, I was telling everybody, like, I'm gonna make an event. It's gonna be hype. Y'all should go. And even from Final Boss, I was in October or September, I think, going all the way, to DreamHack Awesome, where I finally announced where it's going to be at and stuff. Just finding a venue, I believe, was like the hardest thing. Then we also have to word out like the contracts in it and the money aspect, how I would pay them, because I'm still, I'm 25. I have a job, but I'm still like, you know,
Yeah, so
young.
one person.
You're
but,
only
an
human.
organization.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, and it's gonna be a lot of like communication and cooperation between me and the venue itself. I had to do a lot of contractual stuff where I have to sell a certain amount of nights that people stay over there with the group discount code. It's Destin, not with an E at the end. For those that want to help me out, so I don't have to pay even more money.
Honestly, I won't lie. I didn't know that's why they did group codes.
That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense.
It gives you a cheaper venue fee for the entire thing. Like the venue, like itself, was, I don't care. I'll say it was like $3K per day to get that space, and with the rooms, like if you sold a certain amount of nights, they would bump that down to like 1,500, and like that was like such a huge help. But that also means I have to sell these rooms. I have to sell these nights, not the rooms. So, like, from Friday to Saturday, that's one night. Friday to Sunday, that's 2 nights. Because it took me a while to, like, actually understand that. Because I was just imagining just, like, selling rooms and stuff. So, that aspect is probably, like, the hardest for me. Like, managing all of that and trying to make it all come together in, like, the perfect tournament to be, hopefully.
All right. I have another question. What, as a player, was there anything that you, or is there any like thing that you learned as a player that you wanted to make sure was included in your event?
Yes. Free food. Because there will be free food. Only on Sunday though, because that was a whole nother hassle I had to deal with.
A couple of dollars.
couple extra bucks.
Yeah, that's free food is gonna be there Sunday right before top 8. Yeah, it's gonna be like an hour of free food and then like an hour or an hour and a half in between to top 8. Another thing I learned as a player is obviously the multitude of setups, which at Final Boss we did pretty well at. We had 8 setups or 16 setups, I can't remember, or like 10, something like that. Space, because Final Boss, if people remember, it was definitely not the most spacious room out there.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
I imagine at first it wasn't expected to be as big of an event as it became.
I mean, at the time, HBA was doing so well that it kind of, I didn't want to say I expected, but I was kind of getting a feeling that it was going to be big. So with Destiny, I wanted to make sure that I had enough space. It's a freaking 18-foot ceiling. This thing is like, as opposed to like the 9 or 10-foot ceiling at Final Boss. So there's going to be like air to actually breathe in there.
Heck yeah, I love air.
On top of that, the most important thing, because Final Boss, the venue at Final Boss kind of had an issue with this, and it kind of annoyed me. And it has issues with this, like, all over. Like, it happened at Defender North. It happened at a couple of other events that I've been to, is water. Like, we need water. Like, Final Boss had no water. Everybody was dying of thirst, and there was just no water in the freaking thing. Dee was like a big advocate for it, so like I'm gonna make sure there's gonna be water there. I'm gonna make sure there's
water.
I'm trying to work on like sponsors coming down, like Red Bull. Like gonna have like a little station over there, give us possibly free drinks, hopefully.
No, Red Bull would be a really cool sponsor. You can get that.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So another necessity is how's that internet looking?
Hey.
I ran the internet test over there on the Wi-Fi. It's like alone, and it was good enough to meet my streamer's demands. And I can only imagine what it's going to be direct link, which is streamer Doghouse Corrigan. What's up, boy? Shout out, he's the best. I need to get into a meeting with him actually.
Also, shout outs to the freaking esports freaking. The freaking Destiny trailer. Yo.
That was all.
Who
him.
made who? Oh, Corrigan made that too.
Corrigan made that.
So
too.
let me ask, because you seen Surprise at like when it was first showed off.
Monster.
Did you know he put the icon in the end for Doghouse Esports?
No. Oh. At the end of the
Yeah,
thing.
in the trailer. Because I thought I remember at DreamHack you looked surprised about that.
I think he was surprised by the trailer itself.
I was surprised.
Okay.
Surprised by like everything.
Okay,
because
I thought you like saw the trailer that was like added. I didn't know you hadn't seen it at all.
That was. Corrigan did not let me see anything. The only thing I had control over at that point was the music, which I wanted it to be like, you know, orchestral kind of epic kind of feel. That was the only thing I had control of. Everything else was all him, and I did not see that. DreamHack Awesome was a premiere of it, and that reaction was exactly how I was feeling. I wasn't overreacting or anything, trying to act surprised. I was literally like, this thing is so cool, and I'm glad people got to see it.
Yeah, that trailer was freaking sick. So shout outs to Corrigan, man. That was a tasty. We just played it on the stream earlier. So if you haven't seen it, I saw someone asking for a link to it. I'm sure we can find a link for you. If you maybe is it on YouTube? Can you just Google Destiny?
Destiny Pokken.
Yeah, Destiny.
Oh, you linked it. It's in chat right there. It's exactly in the chat.
In the Twitch chat.
There you go. So if you're watching this on YouTube, it's also on YouTube. You can find it. Destiny trailer, Pokken. It's there. So do you have anything? So obviously go to Destiny if you can. If you're in the area, you're not going to regret it. It's going to be a freaking amazing event. I know the guy who put it together. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool guy. Please go.
Have you said where?
Where?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where and when is this thing happening?
When's the last time?
Destiny will be happening November 9th to 11th. Well, the main bracket will be on the 10th to 11th, and on Friday I will have the room at 5 or 7. I have to look at it, but at one of those times, and on all 3 days, we will have the room until midnight. So we will be able to have bracket. I really want to be on time with bracket, but if there is some overlay on like timing and stuff, like we will have that extra time, and then we'll also have time for other things like maybe salty sweets. 12 a.m.
Okay.
Nice.
So since you have the time for less on Friday, is bracket mostly Saturday, Sunday, or is it going to be all 3?
The bracket is main bracket is strictly Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
Friday, I'm still debating. Actually, I could probably ask at the end, or I'll ask right now in the chat, and they could just post whatever, and I'll look back. What do you guys think I should do? Do you guys think I should do 2v2 with 2 people, or should we do 3v3 like we did in 3v3 Waseda style? Because I thought that was interesting, and I included some kind of tactical approach to 3v3s and stuff.
So what about a 4-way crew battle?
Hey,
you do that.
Take east, west, south, and either you can move midwest, or so east, west, center, and then you can do invaders. So put EU, Japan, if who goes.
I would like to do that. I have to see who's coming.
Yeah.
If we have enough people for that, we could try to do crew. I'll do crews. I don't care. Like I said, I just want people to go there and just have fun. And there will be multiple setups for casuals and stuff. So also there will be setups, but that's also another thing I mentioned on the Smash GG. It's gonna be a bring your own setup. Only because I really don't have that kind of funds to get
gaming generations.
Switches aren't cheap.
Yeah, and the gaming generations themselves definitely not cheap either.
Yes. So the people that are coming, I know Tri-State is good for it, but if anyone else can just bring a Switch just to help out, I will supply the monitors. I'll work on that. I already have people I'm working with. But just the Switches is all we need really. And your LAN adaptation. If you don't have a LAN adapter, what are you doing at this point? Are you even a player?
Honestly.
Yeah.
No, please do.
Double venue fee.
yeah. You bring a Switch with no adapter.
Yeah.
Definitely get fight.
When's the final date that people can sign up?
The final date.
When's the deadline? When's the deadline for sign up?
The deadline for sign up. Also today's the last day for Tier 1. Then Tier 2 will happen. The prices will go up. So if you guys want to sign up, go ahead right now. It's still open for Tier 1. You save
GG/Destiny Pokken.
Yes. The final day to sign up before we finalize brackets is November 2nd. And we will do on-site registration, but you will literally be I will flip a coin and roll a dice, and whatever you land in, that's where your pool will be, because that's how, like, I'm a little tight at some tournaments, like, seeding people who's on-site reg, because when you on-site reg, you're literally asking to be thrown to the wolves. So I'm not OG. I wasn't here in the FGC at like 2010 or whatever, but I'm gonna treat this like OG style. I'm literally gonna throw you wherever the hell I want. So you better sign up if you want a good spot.
You've been warned.
And what's the code for the rooms one more time?
The code for the rooms is Destin, DESTIN, I believe. You could also double check on Smash GG. Also, you could call the hotel if you want.
The name of the hotel?
The hotel is the Hilton Newark Airport. Everything is all on Smash GG. If you have any other issues, if you want to like read it as opposed to hearing me say it, you could call up the Hilton Newark Airport, give them the room code Destiny, and you'll get a discount on the room. The discounts are really good. The rooms are really nice. Everything in that hotel is just really nice. So I just want people to like have a good time there, you know. Also, you will be able to. There will be like a 15-minute ride to Secaucus Junction, to which you could go to New York City and like have fun. So if you guys want to go to New York City, it's literally 15 minutes away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, super easy. And New York City is a pretty cool place.
And make sure you go. It's gonna be a fun tournament. Super excited. So with that, I think that kind of concludes our little Destiny segment here. So make sure you go. Pre-register. Today is the last day before the new prices come out. It's going to be in a beautiful place with beautiful people. You're going to meet Rokso, the legend himself, going to be there. I'm assuming he's going to be there. Just kidding. Now, of course he'll be there. And so will a lot of good players. I know you already have quite a few people confirmed. Mm-hmm. I don't want to say the names. I think we already talked about the EU player that's confirmed.
Yeah.
It's already released, right? Last time I talked to him, it wasn't. But lots of great players are going to be there. So. Oh, yeah, okay, cool. I was making sure that's announced. Yeah, Gorson's going to be there. Lots of top talent. Of course, Gorson being number one in EU pretty handily, I would say.
Yep.
Of course, people take him down every now and then, but he's pretty much consistently the top EU player. That man is a monster. So if you want to play against a ridiculous Machamp and just a phenomenal player in general, the man's going to be there. He loves playing friendlies. And, of course, if you haven't been to the East Coast before for a tournament, freaking just go. It's awesome. It's going to be great. I have faith in my boy Rokso. It's his first event. Support your man Rokso. And that's that, man. So make sure you guys go to Destiny. And with that, boy, do we have so much to talk about for Worlds. So we were briefly hitting up on it. We were kind of talking about it a little bit earlier. We were talking about what events had just happened. So let's move back into that mode because holy heck, man. People that are qualified so far, do you have that graphic? Do you want to throw up on the screen real quick?
Yeah, I'm setting that up.
The qualification. So we got a couple people already qualified. Of course, the people from EU are going to be Teeps, Gorison. Is LCF qualified already?
Yes.
LCF,
yes.
Teeps, Gorison, and Wingtide. Mm-hmm. And then we have Japanese players: Haruyuki, Mikuyuki. Mikuki, Subu, and Tartaro, and Elm and Midori. Is it up yet? Oh, that's
there it is.
You can see it. It's already. It's been above me for a little while. I had a little bit of delay for me. So here's all the people that qualified for Masters. Of course, there still is the seniors bracket. So this alone above us, this is pretty crazy. This is a pretty crazy bracket. But what I think is even more insane is the fact that the freaking last chance qualifier is going to be like some of the freaking best players ever are in there, dude. Like one of the strongest American players, Twixie, is going to be fighting for a spot to qualify for Worlds, man. So let's talk about. And then of course we have the seniors. Let's not forget the seniors.
Yes. Oh yes. You know, the up and coming talent. These kids, some of them are only like 3 years younger than me, but I like 4 years old. But you know, we have some really up and coming talent like Yusuke Kato. This kid made pretty big wave in last year's LCQ when there wasn't a split between seniors and juniors, taking down Bad Intent and almost taking out Tono-sama from LCQ entirely. So he's got a whole slew of more characters now. He's just super good. But this time, you know, the rest of the world, you know, Europe and NA, and I do believe Rapid is from Australia. You know, they are bringing their characters, bringing their players. I'm excited to see.
I think Rapid is from Europe.
Oh, it seems
somewhere.
Oh yeah,
maybe. Isn't Wayland from Europe as well?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Because I know.
Yeah, but either way, he's definitely on that side of the world. the other side.
Well, because there should have been. There's two NA,
Spain,
two NA, two EU, one from Japan, one from Australia.
Is Watsky Australian? Like, what the heck? Who's Australian?
It's me. I don't know. Who knows?
It's me.
Who's it's me? Is that confirmed Watsky?
I don't know. All I know is
why is Watsky playing Pikachu?
Maybe it's not Watsky? No, it couldn't be Watsky.
It is. I'm pretty sure it can't be. That wouldn't make any sense.
All right, maybe that. All right, then that person's from Australia.
If someone's got info on us,
Rapid is from Spain. Emo said.
Yeah, Watsky's also like an adult, maybe.
See, that's what I thought.
Unconfirmed.
It's either he's 13 or he's like 35, whichever one.
Okay, to clarify, I'm blaming Mins for everything because
all I know. Well, okay, it's not my fault because on the Discord for like a whole year, his username was "It's me." So
he's not lying on that.
Not my fault.
So whoever this man is, somebody claim your man's because no one knows who It's Me is. But it's me, obviously. It's me the whole time.
It's been me.
Let's go back and talk about freaking the LCQ, man. Last chance qualifier is going to be absolutely stacked. I'm assuming Alistair is going to be there.
Yes, I believe got confirmation pretty recently that he will actually be able to be there.
Dude. So let's talk about who's in the last chance qualifier. I know 2 people are currently in the call with us, right now. McDareth, are you going to Worlds?
Yes, I am. I have never gotten to go to one. I've always wanted to. Rokso was like, "Oh, you can room with me," so I'm going to this one. Excited to get to go and play and both see it because I've always watched it and always wanted to go. So it's cool to finally actually get to be at Worlds and playing. And
it's a cool event.
I'm really excited. It's like just dawned on me like a couple days ago, like, oh, I'm actually going to Pokemon Worlds for once.
This is my first time at Worlds too.
I see. I didn't think it was, but I remembered you refused to play on a Hori pad for so long.
Yeah, and then I played on a Hori pad for
and
CEO.
And look, you qualified.
At CEO, I didn't though.
But look, you qualified. It didn't take that long. What's 1 year? What's 1 year?
Listen, as soon as Worlds is done, I am going back to Pro.
Never touching that controller ever again. Just
not until next Worlds. Not until next Worlds. Listen, you had me converted for a bit, but now I just need to go back to my roots. This thing is the best controller out there. Don't let anyone.
Maybe one day we'll be able to convince Pokemon Company to
never
allow anything. Allow controllers. Allow any Hori-based controllers.
Where's my GameCube controller?
If we can let GameCube controllers in, Alistair will win Worlds 100%.
Where's my GameCube controller?
He's the only one who can do it.
I would play Pokken more if they had a GameCube controller. Are you kidding me?
I mean, it supports the GameCube controller adapter.
Oh, it does?
Yeah,
it does.
Every Switch game does. They did a patch that they said they fixed, but they didn't. The official GameCube controller, you can just plug it in. It works as a Pro controller in any Switch game.
Bro, all right. Well, looks like I'm gonna be the next top Pokken player, guys. Watch out.
Hey,
Alistair, you got some competition.
Yeah,
Best Pokken player playing on a GameCube controller.
Yeah, dude, watch out, Alistair. I'm coming for you. Coming for you.
But yeah, back to the players, man.
Hey, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that for a second.
So we had, like you said, we have Twixie, we have Alistair confirmed, we have potential Slipping Bug. He got there. Who else?
We have Frosty Ragashi. We have Bang.
Recently confirmed. Yes.
Yep.
I'm going with Elm.
We have. Do you have any European players?
We have RP coming through. Actually.
Nice.
Is there another EU? I don't think so, unless they haven't announced it.
Okay.
Who else? Is Shadowcat going? I believe Shadowcat's going.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'd be excited to see Shadowcat go.
That would be interesting. Yeah.
Okay, if Shadowcat goes, I honestly think he could win LCQ. Like I called it last year. I said that. God, don't mess this up. Wiz, am I actually?
Shadowcat can't make it.
No, I can't make it.
The chat's telling us Shadowcat can't do it. So
All
unfortunately, no. But
Wizards, yes, there it is. I can't believe I almost forgot his Jesus. I called last year that Wizards would make it an LCQ, and he did. And I was like,
bro,
yeah, Shadowcat was going. Legend. I thought for sure he
Wizards. He was the only NA player to make it out, right?
Yep. He had to battle Alistair for it. The last spot.
He's a legend, dude. An absolute legend. I love that man. I miss that dude. I'd always go to all the Wednesday night fights, man. I miss the good old days in SoCal.
Wednesday night fights are back though, aren't they?
Yeah, once a month.
Oh, once a month or monthly.
Oh, that's OD. You guys need to make that.
I mean, that event though.
Still, though, it's like that's still nice to have a big.
I think I prefer monthlies generally because it's just like I find it easier to be able to like make sure to plan around like one specific event, and like.
Some people have fixed schedules, and then some people have flexible schedules. And
yeah,
the flexible ones definitely work.
I can only go like 2 Wednesdays of the month, and it always lines up on one that I can't go to, so I can never go in cast or anything. It sucks. Can't even watch it, dude.
One day I want to go to that venue because it seems awesome.
It's pretty cool. It's a pretty coul venue. If you've never been to the esports arena, definitely go to the next one. I think. Hey, wait, where's SCR happening? Actually, speaking of tournaments, I think SCR might actually be at esports arena if it's not Thunder Gaming.
Yeah,
but
I'd imagine so. Isn't that where it's been held previously?
Yeah,
so it's been held in.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's correct. So. But anyway, so I don't want to stray too far. We'll hit SCR in a second. So with the Worlds qualifiers, we have a ton of people in the LCQ. But let's kind of ignore
over 200 people.
Let's ignore those 2 slots for now. So we have our people that are already solidified. We only have 2 people going in through LCQ. Of course, I'm not going to say that the guys from LCQ can't win because there is a very, very, very high chance that someone from LCQ
from LCQ won last year.
I was going to say that happened last year.
I'm definitely not excluding them, but for the sake of conversation for now, of the people in guaranteed into the Worlds, how do we think that is going to go down? Predictions on top 8, top 4, top 2 even. Who think's going to win? There's so much talent that doesn't fight often, which is the beauty of Worlds. Of course, I mean, when was the last time Gorson fought Elm? You know, like Gorson versus Tarutaro. So it's like these fights that we don't see very often, especially with like the new, Wingtide and Teeps are both very new to like the competitive scene and actually going out. So we have like 2 newcomers from EU. Thanks a lot. Kind of newer to like the top side of things.
A lot of players,
yeah.
So like sitting with Subutan, I believe is more new. So with the people that are already qualified, they're like newer players to the tournament scene with their respective regions. How do we think it's going to be going down with this?
All right, the first big matchup that I see as a big upset from the last time they played is Mutator versus his alarm clock. 2016, he overslept his match, his first match.
Oh my god, I remember that, dude. Holy crap! I thought you were like saying some weird like analogy of like.
No, he just straight up overslept
or something. I'm like, I don't know what that.
I was like waiting for like some epic ass like friggin' thing, and personally, literally just an alarm clock.
Yeah, like Mutator versus waking up.
I'm gonna be seriously though. If Mutator is able to actually be playing from winners this time, I feel like he can go far. I feel like he's such a strong fundamental player.
Oh
like,
yeah,
he might be one of the only people like playing one character, like one of the only like 4 people on this list that plays one character, but he plays that Mewtwo darn good.
He's really heckin' good, dude. He's a heck.
trains so hard. I remember like staying with him in Evo 2016, playing. We were staying in the random shack, and he was just practicing instant air dash loops with me too, like constantly. And he got like 9th place at Evo, which is crazy, like Mutator is so good. Yeah, he got like, I know he got top 16. He actually was really close to top 8 if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, no, I think Mutator can go pretty far.
Funny story about Mutator. I at that Evo 2016, I was still relatively new to the wide area. I went to Apex, but that was like tri-state, obviously. So like when I went to Evo, it was like everybody. I knew who Mutator was only because Boss Hog pointed him out because he had purple hair at the time, and I was too afraid to go up to him and like say hi. And then like only to like the first time I'm meeting him 2 years later at Internets, and then both of us had to play each other. Now both of us are going to Worlds, like guaranteed. It's pretty crazy, honestly.
Telling me that 2 years ago, when you were a 23-year-old mafia-looking guy, you were trying to approach this small boy with purple hair, and you were afraid.
Listen,
you run a mafia, and there's this small child who plays video games, and you're like, I'm Mutator.
All right. I was very.
Rokso.
I listen. I have no response to that. Only to say that like when I have something now in common with people like Pokken, I could have a good conversation with a complete stranger. But at that time in 2016, I didn't know how to have a conversation. So now I'm a little bit better.
Respect. Ironically, I have my first time meeting Mutator. I didn't know what he looks like, right? Because I've only known his name. So this guy comes. I'm not even kidding. This is what happened. So I'm standing here, right? He literally.
Oh. I think he unplugged something.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Well.
Ruda,
no.
I think Skype
You're trying to give an example.
The story isn't fine.
Oof, maybe that's what happened then. His computer crashed. Anyways, back to I guess other potential big players that I could see making big waves. If I'm gonna look outside of the U.S. for now, I think that Taro can go pretty far. Like, I think as our overlay dies because of people keep dropping out. But yeah, Taro, like Gengar, such like a kind of wild card character in a lot of sense. A lot of people don't know that matchup, and like even when they do, like just everyone in Japan knows the Gengar matchup. Taro makes top 4 every single event he goes to, like consistently. He is such a good player that I could see, like, as long as he doesn't get like some absurdly horrible matchup, that like I'm not seeing anything on the on these players right now that it's like there's no Weavile, right? So it's like I'm not seeing any of those like 8-2 Gengar matchup, 2-8 Gengar matchups, which exist maybe.
But there will be the Sceptiles there that is 7-3.
There's Sceptile. There's a few Sceptiles.
There's some Mutators, potential Azazel with his Mewtwo and Sceptile.
Well, Taro has shown that he can play those matchups though. Oh, that's the thing.
That's the thing. Yeah, exactly. It showed at what was it, Kanto? He ran through. I think it was Shiro. At Kanto tournament where he got second to Bangi.
Yes. Yeah. That was Kanto 3. Kanto 4 coming up.
Yeah, I'll be going.
Hey, I've messed everything up.
It's okay.
Look at that. I'm in.
It's
now.
okay. We just whoa.
Oh, dude.
No, I'm Rokso.
Oh, now you're Rokso? Okay.
I was.
Rokso,
the right half of my face was Rokso, the left half was Mins. It was fascinating.
We made it back, boys.
Right.
No one's Ruda Fuda anymore.
Yeah, no, we're just talking about how Taro has
potential to.
Yeah, he's like this big. I wouldn't say wild card because he's shown that he's a really nice player, but he's like the combination of player and character, like kind of shows that he can if things like go his way, he can like just win this event. I think.
And the problem that we have now that Chemo, the EU Gengar, and Sir Spuds, he's been working on his Scizor now. I'm not really sure how often people play his Gengar. There isn't really that much Gengar experience going on between EU and NA and Midori for Australia. Besides, like, I don't want to. I want to point to be hubris and everything, but like, besides me playing Gengar itself, like that's the only experience I have against Gengar at this moment. I have limited experience. Now I used to play with Mad Luck all the time, but now
Though to be fair, that isn't just because you don't have the experience doesn't mean you can't win.
Of course, but
just gotta. I always
it's just like it's more of like matchup knowledge. And
of course, it's fascinating. I just always laugh at specifically because Gengar. It's because Thulius in Worlds 2017, I think like right after, I'm almost certain he beat Subuton or not. Yeah, Subuton or Apollo, one of the two.
He beat Apollo.
Apollo, yeah. He beat Apollo, and like right after it on Twitter, he was like, "I've never played that matchup before, you babies. Learn them."
Wow! Like he played the matchup before. He played Apollo. He played Sasa at freaking Cabo. I was there watching that. Don't let him deceive you.
Sorry, no, this happened. It was when he beat them at Cabo.
Okay.
It was when he beat them at Cabo, where he was like, "I never played this matchup before, and I still win it."
Yeah. To be fair, he slayed the two big ones at that time, and then I got OG, and that was like all the Gengars at that tournament. Yeah. And then missing the Taro, which honestly, at 2016, Mad Luck was saying all the way at 2016 that Taro, all Japan consider him the best Gengar, and that was how I learned about Bangi and all that stuff. And we didn't get to see Taro until recently. So
very recent. Yeah. That's the coolest thing about Taro is that like he lives on like an island that's like off of mainland Japan, where it's like hard for him to get to the rest of the Japanese Pokken community, because that's really centered in just a couple main cities of Japan. Japan. And so it's like every time he has to like go out off of his island meditation, to fly in and just beat everyone up. Like
that's kind of like what Shadowcat does, where he stays in his land, he stays in the mountains near the lakes, near the holy lakes, and then goes down the internets and causes a ruckus.
Yeah, frees everyone up.
Yeah.
Frees up the bracket at like 22nd seed or whatever it was.
And then so for the sake of getting to every region, every major region right now, I want to shout out Gorson again. This man, he made waves in 2017. I remember he went pretty far. What did he get? Was he 5th? Was it like? I know he got. I'm almost certain he got top 8, right?
Yeah, he got top 8. Didn't it start with Machamp Ditto? I thought that did happen between him and Azazel. I know that was first round. That might have been round 2. If I remember that.
Yeah, I just know.
Did I just drop out?
No.
You're good. You get hello? Well, we see you. So.
Okay,
he's gone. Well.
And then it goes. Again.
Hey, I'm still in the square though. That's exciting.
I hate my internet.
Well, he's still there in voice.
Well, now I got it back, but it's gonna take a minute, I guess.
It's okay.
Can you turn your camera back on?
Okay, there we go. Maybe I've got it back on.
What?
Oh, hey.
All right, there we go. All right.
Hey, it fixed itself.
Sort of. We'll see. But yeah, Gorson, amazing player. Always been an amazing player. I feel like, doesn't he? Oh no, I'm thinking of a different champion. But I feel like he's just gonna come out stronger, honestly, this year.
Oh yeah, the man's always grinding. And also, since we're talking about EU, LCF as well, man is one of the most consistent players I've ever seen. He came out for he came to America for Smash or Switch Fest. Did very, very well, only losing to Cross Igarashi in winners finals and grand finals. And then of course out in Sheffield, same thing. Played very, very, very well. Didn't make it to top 2. He got beat by, I want to say Wingtide.
It was Wingtide. Yep.
Yeah, so he played very, very well there as well. Of course, only losing to Aegis Slash, and of course Wingtide, phenomenal player as well. And he's gonna be in the bracket. And then of course final Teeps, and the guy is crazy. I loved watching his Caesar out in Sheffield, and I know this Worlds is gonna be his next big major. I think he only ever attended one big major before Sheffield, if that. And then so this is gonna be his first big Worlds tournament, and he's already qualified. Very excited to see how EU is gonna be stacking up. So, lastly, what do you guys think about top 3 predictions? Who do you guys have?
Of the players that are in, I think
of the players that are there.
I think McCookie has a high chance of just taking it. Honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Second place last year.
Yeah, I think McCookie's a pretty high chance. Besides that, who I put second? I honestly think LCF. I think Gorson or LCF. I think one of them. I'd put them in my top 3.
Oh yeah, me too.
Potentially Thanksful. He's been really hot right now.
That's
actually, that's something we didn't hit on. Speaking of Thanksful a lot, so the whole time, the whole story we've been talking is the race between Twixie and Slip for number 1. Well,
on the rankings of the Pokken Arena rankings.
Yeah. Well, it turns out Thanksful actually is very close to taking that himself.
He's technically number 2. There are so many weird calculations for Worlds and LCQ right now that it's not worth really trying to talk about. But just know that it's a close battle for first.
It's definitely a close battle for first. It's going to be really cool to see Worlds and LCQ unfold. And I'm pretty excited for all of it. Hopefully, all I want to do is just not go 0-2. You know, that's all I really want.
I mean, I think the dark horse is really going to be Rokso, or should I say Drake?
Drake.
Yo,
sorry.
Ruda, real quick. Look into my screen. Do I look anything like Drake?
I would say no.
Oh.
Thank you. Oh my god.
It's literally just the scruff and the fact that your head is shaved. That's literally the only thing.
Apparently, all 414,000 people that watched my match get 6-0'd by Thanks Wallet say I look like Drake. So you know what? I don't even know what I don't know. I might as well enter the bracket as Drake.
You may as well.
1 second.
No, I don't think you look like Drake. Also, I can't stand Drake, so that would be the worst thing I could say to you is that you look like Drake.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Oh, man. I just wanted to... I am not Drake, people, for watching this on future YouTube. This one,
I've never seen you two in the same. I've never seen you two in the same room. So
that's fair. That you probably won't ever.
Never.
So then now with Worlds, top 3 predictions with anybody ever, including LCQ. Go. I got Twixie, Gorison, and McCookie as my top 3. I don't know no particular order, but that's my top 3. If I had to guess 3 people, that's what I would do.
So Rokso, who are your second and third place? Because obviously you're gonna win, right?
Oh yeah, obviously Rokso's gonna win. Yeah. So besides yourself, Rokso, who are your top 2?
Myself. I honestly do think I have a decent shot. But let's go on. Besides myself, I'll even include. I'll say Gorson, Wingtide, and Taro.
Yeah,
I think Wingtide can definitely take.
Wingtide, dude. I really want to say Wingtide. Like that man, he plays like super aggro, which can get him into trouble. Especially, I think he's gonna have the most trouble against Japanese players because Japanese players are so good at just like ignoring the
Sitting
aggro.
there,
Yeah.
That they can win
Like,
because of it.
They're
So I
good
think
at that. They're also good at playing kind of guerrilla. Like going ham. But
So we'll see, man. I want to say that Wingtide can win the whole thing because I love Wingtide. Him and I, we're buds. All right. So all bias aside, just because he plays so aggro, I don't know how hard of a time he'll have against Japanese players, but dude, we'll see. It's freaking Worlds though, right? So it's been a long time since I've seen him play last. It was Sheffield that last time he played, and the man placed second at. I mean, technically his second big tournament ever because his first tournament he got like
9th.
No, but it's for his second tournament ever, being a regional player, a lot of stakes on the line. The man tried his best and almost won the tournament. Of course, the only person beating him, Gorison, actually. So he wasn't a bad loss, you know. So assuming he can get through the Japanese gauntlet and you know with his play style and how aggro he is.
Well, you see, speaking of the Japanese gauntlet and Wingtide, I think he might be one of the best players to go against them because from what I've seen, from the footage I've seen, and I haven't seen any recent footage, but they have not been able to deal with Aegislash very well. They have been struggling to learn how to fight against that character.
Yeah, we saw that with Twixie and Azazel, right? We saw it.
Well, Azazel was able to beat the. I think Twixie only brought out the Aegislash once and lost.
No, like a couple times.
Yeah, he brought it out to beat the Sceptile.
Yeah.
And then lost to the Mewtwo.
Yes, and then it was never brought out again. Yeah, it was never
because
brought out.
He didn't have to, because he kept winning with Shandy.
Yeah.
So, from what we can see, you know, I haven't been too convinced on them. Slip agrees with me that Japanese players have struggled with adapting to both Aegislash and Decidueye. So it's like, people that can play those characters, I feel, just looking at past results, have a good chance going into this.
Technically speaking, Japanese players also have a problem with Gengar.
I mean,
not even from Taro, but just in historical context. Sasune, Apollo, those are the two big ones, obviously. But in Japan, there was other Gengars giving them problems too.
Yeah.
So maybe I might pull that one.
I mean, it's worth a shot, honestly.
Hey, you want to pull out that Blaziken too?
Got some buffs.
I don't like his buffs. His buffs are nerfs.
Oh, what?
That 8x makes me go up and
away. Yeah, that's like, honestly, that's the hardest thing with the buff. You can't hold 8x, you just have it, because otherwise you go up. So you either rework on the 8x cancel, either redo the muscle memory.
Yeah, instead of going like this all the time, now I go like this. I'm like, okay, where's my mix up? Get a free anti-air, why don't you?
No, sometimes it's okay though, because you can go up and like see, like, it's okay if the person isn't waiting. If they're waiting, it's not. I don't think it's as good, because they can just wait for you to come down anyway. But if they're going right away, you can go up and above and then punish stuff. Look,
yeah,
I'm trying to live the positive life, okay?
Yeah,
that's all.
Listen, I get that. Well, kudos to you. Let's get McDareth. What do you think your top three?
So top three of anyone, I would put Makuki. I would add in Slip, and I think probably Gorson.
Oh shoot! I forgot about Slip. Oh my god. Dude, it's so hard to predict who's gonna freaking win this stupid tournament.
LCQ is.
I feel like we have to predict top 8, but it's hard to predict top 8 when there's already only like 16 people.
Yeah.
You know, God, it's gonna be stacked, man. I'd like to see. I would love to see so many people in top 3, but yeah, that's.
Also, it really depends on how that bracket for LCQ is seeded, with only 2 people.
Yeah, dude, like. Forget about what World's top 3 is going to be. What the freak is LCQ top 3 going to be? Like, dude, I can barely even get past that. Like, how are we going to ever predict top 3 of freaking Worlds?
How is that
over 200 people? 200 people.
How is that person going to feel like when they are one match away and they don't get it?
After that gauntlet.
That's gonna.
Yeah, third place is going to be the worst in LCQ, man. Oh.
That's worse than going 0-2 in LCQ, in my opinion. Just that heartbreak.
Yeah, no.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you get it out of the way.
You're still in Nashville. You're happy. You have all this time to go out, eat some barbecue or something, listen to music.
Yeah, you have time to blow off steam. When you get third at LCQ, you.
So here's the other thing from past LCQs. Has it been a chance that they've ever done two brackets separately, or has it always just been one?
Well,
big
okay,
bracket?
2016 was multiple different brackets because that was like 12 different spots they had to fill. Actually, no, it was like almost 20. It was something stupid. So they had like 8 different brackets for 2016 LCQ, but in 2017, it was, I guess, it was technically one big bracket.
It was one big bracket with top 2.
Yeah, top 2 winners moved on, and then top 2 losers moved on.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of weird. So I guess it's just going to be first and second place of one bracket get into it this time. It's possible they could do 2 separate brackets. That's hard to say which one's better.
I think one big bracket would be better.
I guess I don't. I'm always partial to the risk of the double
elimination.
Yeah. I was going to ask you about your tournament. Those top 3 pools. Yes.
Oh wait, my tournament?
Yes.
That's top 3 out.
I mean, I'll do it. I have no problem. I want the most fair tournament for everyone. So I'll do top 3 out. It don't matter.
It's just scary to be like, you have like, say if you're in LCQ, you get super far, but you have one player who's your demon, and you lose to them twice, and that's it.
Yeah. Dude, I want.
Why ain't you work hard against a demon, boy? That's on you.
Next year, I want Pokemon Company to take up the Tekken World Tour LCQ structure. Last chance.
Oh my god!
Structure,
Yeah.
Where it's it's one bracket 8 times.
Oh, you keep running until you fill it.
8 times. Yeah. You just keep doing it.
That is crazy.
That was kind of yes.
One day, 8
and
brackets.
one day they just keep running a bracket. And when you win the bracket, you're done. You qualified. If you haven't won, you got to go back in, do it again.
Yeah.
That is. I mean, I would love that. I would want to like wait until I'm the last one in, because everybody will be exhausted.
It was hilarious seeing like I think Markman and Eris, the commentators, they were just like losing their minds about the end of the day commentating that.
That's so crazy. Funny. That's so cool.
I love Markman though.
Dude, it was so great too because like the last tournaments, you just saw the grimiest stuff because these players have been playing, for like 12 hours trying to get in. They were like tired. They were so desperate. They were bringing out everything.
That's crazy.
It was great. I love that.
Minch, did you give me your top 3?
I did not. I was hoping I can get away with not doing it.
Too late.
You count me.
You better root for your tri-state.
I mean, dude, I love Garchomp. This patch is like hella good, especially against. There's like a solid amount of zoners going on right now, which I think is really what got buffed the most for Rokso. For Garchomp's buff matchup wise, but I feel like of the Japanese players, even though I think Tarataro is like, I feel like Tarataro can go like really far. I want to say the one we're going to be seeing in top 3 is Haruyuki, because I feel like he is like one.
He has every matchup covered.
Yeah, he has so much. He has such a deep pocket pick pool, that he can like cover all these different matchups and like play them well. And that's the thing. Like, a lot of people have like. You see thanks a lot Empoleon on that graphic. I don't know if we'll bring that one out. But Haruyuki is Kurogunk? Yeah, he'll bring that out. He'll fight the Chandelier. He'll do it. Why not? He did it before. And he'll win with it too.
I'm still sad about Kurogunk. It's like one of the characters like definitely spent time practicing against because I'm probably gonna face this. I'll be ready. I have never still run into a Kurogunk.
Unless you ever play Alolan Durgus or Super Tizo, you're never playing him.
Shout out to
or Orlando.
No, that's what my practice was.
I think one of them might be at LCQ, so maybe.
I think Alolan Durgus is going.
Yeah.
He's driving.
Okay, that's what I thought. So I'm gonna say Haruyuki. This is top 3, not in any order. I can't predict who's winning. Haruyuki. I'm gonna say LCF, and then this is my dream where it's one of each region of the main 3, I guess, and then I'm gonna say Rokso. I gotta rep you. Also, I think I'm just like looking at these and I'm feeling like you can. I feel you can do it.
All right, but then what's your last?
Yeah, what's your
actually? The more I'm looking at that, I do feel like you can make that top 3.
That's funny, but what's really?
All right.
Damn,
fine.
Ruder, what you trying to say, boy?
All right. So if I'm gonna be all right.
Nah, don't. Yeah, like honestly, like top like 16 players, each of them.
I think
like,
I don't think they're ready for. I don't think Japan's ready for Thanks a Lot's kind of style.
That like everybody in this top
what's
16 is so like prepared, to like take it all. I feel, and it's not even a matter of who can take it. It's just a matter of like who has the grit to like go that distance. Because these matches are gonna be like they're
all best of 5.
They're all best of 5. There's no like. I don't want to be that guy, but I will say like at majors where you have like. If you're a high-ranked player and then you have like someone who's not as high-ranked and you feel like that's a good like warm-up for you to get into the tournament,
get wrecked.
Yeah. This
destroyed.
Yeah, you get no warm-up.
You get no warm-up. You're literally going against killers. So you have to be ready from like whenever that tournament. So when does it start? 9 a.m. Yeah.
I think it's like 10 a.m.
Yeah, like. You better be prepared because if you're not prepared, you will get steamrolled. So it's whoever can have that mentality going in right away and then sticking to that going all the way. It's a matter of mental game. And from that, like we all have the skill. Like that's without a doubt, that's why we're qualified. And that's why LCQ, those 2 spots, they're going to qualify too. And they're going to have an equal chance. But it's just that mental grind. You better be prepared for this.
Yeah. I mean, LCQ is such a wild card. I'm just looking at those 2 slots and I'm like, oh, that could change everything. Like, because it can, especially because if the seedings worked like they did last time, it was like LCQ spots were like considered lowest in the seeding, effectively, kind of.
Yeah, I remember because Wizards beat
Suicune.
Yeah. So it's just like you'll end up with these crazy first-round matches because of that, and that could just change everything. Like. Worlds is insane. I love Worlds. I love watching it.
Worlds is a Super Bowl for Pokken.
We just want more of it, Pokemon Company. We want to be more Pokemon Worlds, more
Mins, I have a question for you. What do you think would be a better I want to critique Pokemon because the fact that they're giving us Worlds is amazing, so shout outs to them for giving us a chance
on this channel.
But in terms of like running it, do you think that like what they do in Japan, where they only have like whoever gets first in one of these 4 tournaments goes to Worlds? Do you think that could be? Is that a better format to apply in North America, where you can go to one of these 4 tournaments and whoever places first, or do you think that one big bracket and then top 4?
I mean, we've definitely discussed this so much on this podcast, but I think I definitely would prefer multiple events.
But only first place.
Yeah, I think so. I think you need like the insurance though of like having already qualified players or like
not count
foreign players,
not count
or like
especially if it's only one, then you can't have foreign players because that eats up so many spots.
Yeah, because then because then you either end up with 2016 where you have 20 different LCQ spots, or you end up like with some weird other situations. And but I feel like that's overall better. It just gives more people. You can have more locations, which allows more people to go and compete. It can happen like more throughout sort of the year.
I like that too. To overall interest. Up to it, yeah.
Yeah. You have more people who can travel, like more like attempts. Like so, if you have one bad, you just have that one off day. That's okay. You can still go to the next one. I think overall it's just better for the player. I think it's overall better for players. I think so. I think I guess the only thing it does make kind of suck for players who can't necessarily travel, but for them it's effectively still or travel as much, but then they still have the same amount of chances they would have had if they was on the current system. So the only real advantage I see is that it's less stress for the players because you don't have to win the whole tournament.
That's why I was pretty.
The stress sort of kind of goes. Yeah, but the stress kind of goes back because it's like this is the only chance.
It's your only chance. Yeah.
So like I sort of think that evens out.
Okay.
Yeah. Overall, I mean, it definitely doesn't have to have like as many events as 2016. I think 2016 was definitely too much. They spread themselves a little too thin.
I wasn't even part of it, but it was OD.
Like I do like Japan if they didn't do the 2v2. I like the 4 events. I think that'd be like a solid number. You could have them spaced out in the various major regions, and I think that would be good. I think that'd be good for
all over
North America. I think it'd be good for Europe as well, considering.
Oh, Europe.
That's even they giving them more events is I think probably more important I think than US, because it's like they don't have that many events, so giving them that more of a scene would help a lot. Yeah, I think just overall it's better. It's just more expensive. That's what it comes down to. It's a lot more expensive Pokemon. But if we keep showing up, keep capping those brackets, then who knows? Who knows what will happen?
Okay. So yeah, is there anything else we want to talk about with Worlds and stuff?
I mean, this be like take a quick. We can make some guesses if there'll be like anything announced.
I want Lycanroc Midnight form.
That's your guess.
I would go for Midnight if they do pick one of him.
Yeah. You play like Kid Buu in Budokai 3.
You see,
that's all I gotta say.
I would imagine if they're gonna put one in, it's gonna be Dusk form because of anime.
I know, but I don't want to see Dusk. I'd much rather have
I would
Midnight
like a
than
quad.
Dusk.
I would like a quad, but
yeah, four-legged animal. Nice.
Midnight got screwed over in Sun and the Moon. Redeem him in Pokken. That's what I'm saying.
Ruda, who do you think?
I want.
If you say Greninja.
No. Dude, like, honestly, Lycanroc is, like, one of my favorites. But... I can't copy you, I can't copy you. I'm a big Gen 1 fan, too. I want something, like, weird. I want something really weird, like Staryu, or something like... something that's, like, not Mr. Mime. Like, something that would never be, like, a fighting game Pokemon. Or like Alolan Executor. Like
there we go.
Like
that would be a sick assist.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah,
what
what if he actually? So what if they do it like it's in Smash Ultimate, where he's actually a wall? So you call Alolan Executor, and he puts a wall behind the opponent.
Oh my gosh, that'd be amazing.
It'd be like pretty much a flat out better Latios.
Like I think Hitmonchan would be super sick because I want like. My playstyle in fighting games is like quick and like dodgy, and I feel like Hitmonchan would be that. Like that's what I want.
Not only is that Gen 1, so it's like vanilla, it's just like the Pokemon itself is just a boxer dude. He's literally a boxer.
Super sick.
I would love for someone to use Steve Fox's moves from Tekken.
I agree. Boxer is an archetype we need. But you can have that on things like Breloom or like there's a bunch of other boxer types. Boxer's Pokemon. There's another one.
Exactly, Nightshade. Nightshade that Hitmonchan and Steve Fox. Exactly.
Steve Fox and so many people.
And I play
what's the Alolan Pokemon that's the crab brawler?
Crab
Brawler.
That would be wild.
That'd be weird. That'd be cool. That'd
be really
so weird. I would love it.
Really dumb like a Magmar or like just like a really dumb Pokemon that wouldn't work. I want either a really dumb one that would never be in a fighting game ever, or the most cliche. This guy should have been in the fighting game. That's what I want.
We could possibly have Buzzwole.
No, Buzzwole already ruined TCG for like a whole.
Listen, I don't want him either. But like Ultra Beasts, Gen 7.
Ultra Beast is good.
Don't let Buzzwole ruin another Pokemon.
If we're getting an Ultra Beast, Guzzlord would be hype. Just a massive.
That'd be
so
massive
like mouth.
I can almost see Ferrum if they get one of them.
That'd be super sick. Just like like one. We already have one of the we have Aegislash, which is one of the freaking weirdo things.
Yeah, Aegislash and other. One that's
Chandelure is technically one of the weirdo ones, to be honest.
Yeah, Chandelure, Aegislash.
Not technically, it is.
Yeah, Chandelure is weird.
I remember when that was announced, people were like, "What the what?"
Yo, Cosmog would be sick. That'd be so funny. I would love that.
I like Circuitry. The wire one, that's just sort of like a wacky, wavy, inflatable wire dude.
Black and
It's-
blue arm for only 2 men.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's like a slick design. I don't know. Just wires. Yeah. But yeah, I think
all we
I
can
think they
do is
will
hope.
announce. I think they'll announce season 4. So I think
I think
that's.
so too.
I think they'll announce season 4. I think they'll announce maybe a character. I'm not sure, but the real thing I know they will definitely announce is nerfs and buffs.
We'll
Are you
see.
sure?
I feel like
listen.
that's more.
I feel like that's only a Japan event that they ever do.
Yeah.
Well, after Worlds, what happened with Breakson after Tono-sama won?
Oh, you're looking forward to the general. Wait, I mean, Breakson is still the same. Breakson got buffs.
Yeah.
Breakson, no, the golf ball swing fireball thing.
That wasn't announced at Worlds, though.
That was announced at Worlds, post Worlds.
I don't remember any
Post Worlds. That was announced
yeah.
at a Japanese event.
Is that someone correct me if I'm wrong, because
You're
I
wrong.
thought
The only thing that was announced at Worlds 2017 was that season 3 would happen.
really?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought there was more. Okay.
Well, I guess there was also DX just being there. DX was there in general. So that was a thing.
Well, all right. Well, either way, I want nerfs. Some characters still need nerfs. I'm not going to name off who because I'm not going to start this argument.
Yeah, but
I just
champ,
want buffs.
obviously.
Why are you afraid?
I want buffs.
Shoot your shots.
Do you really want me to shoot my shots?
Yeah, go
right
ahead.
Now? All right,
Nah.
Age of Slash's
I don't
damage
know.
needs to get nerfed because he does more damage than power characters. That's the on. Decidueye's instant JY needs to be punishable. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. Fair enough.
Respect. All right, so we're moving along here.
Holding your
Yeah,
tongue.
move along.
This
Move along.
kind of dragged on a little bit there, but those are our world's predictions. That's what I think is going to happen. Hopefully, we'll see some announcement of some sort. Of course, we're all dying for season 4. The game's only been growing, so I can't imagine it's going to go anywhere but up. So we cannot wait. Hopefully, we'll see something come. If not, of course, we've had an amazing run being a part of the community, and of course, the season they've already provided for us, season 1. We didn't expect a season 2, and of course, we're about to finish season 3. So.
Yeah.
Amazing opportunities that Pokemon Company is providing for us. We're very thankful for it. If we get a season 4, freaking fantastic. If not, I'm gonna cry, but that's fine. And
We'll survive. We survived.
But-
We survived before.
we've survived before, and the way we survived is by attending other events that aren't part of the circuit, such as we got 2 events coming on up. Of course, SCR is coming. That's the SoCal Regional happening early September, and of course we have other events like the Summer Jam, August 31st to September
week after.
2nd.
Week after
The week
Worlds.
before, actually, 2 weeks before.
Yeah, 2 weeks
SCR.
before, but I'm saying week after Worlds.
We got the World, and of course, if you guys don't know, the EU tournament going on at the end of September, September 28th through the 30th, Revolution. I cannot wait to see that event happen, and we'll see how things go with, possibly able to go out there. I'm not sure yet. But either way, whether I'm attending for any reason specifically or not, I love London. It's a beautiful place. Revolution
So great.
there. So if you guys aren't doing anything, September 28th to the 30th, freaking go to Revolution, man. I am super hyped for it, whether I can go or not. It's going to be
Yeah, and then on the other side of the world, the last remaining major region, we have Kanto 4, I believe, right?
Kanto 4, maybe?
Oh, wait, yeah.
Is it?
The event you're going to, it's a Kanto. I'm pretty sure it's the 4th. Might be the
Yeah.
5th. But yeah,
Japan's going to be lit. Yeah.
Kanto, always
be a
an amazing
lit
event.
Going to be so cool. I can't wait for Kanto. Kavo was so cool, so I can only imagine what is Kanto Pokken only?
Yes. Well, I know last year they collaborated with the ARM scene and had it both at the same time, but as I don't know, I haven't heard. I'm not as touched with the ARMS community this year, so I don't know if that's still happening. But Kanto itself is like a Pokken specific thing.
yes.
That's awesome.
So yeah,
Can't wait.
it's just a bunch of people, Japanese scene all coming together for an event with just the prides on the line.
Heck
It's,
yeah. Which is, that's how
super good
Japanese
event.
players play all day, man. They're not in it for the money. They're in it for the pride and getting better and getting good.
Yep.
You can see how it shows in their gameplay, man. They're there to show that they're the best freaking players out there,
Mhm.
and most of the time they are. But hey, like we talked about earlier, we're gonna see what's happening in Worlds. So I think That's all the events we have to really.
One quick thing with SCR.
Go for it.
So SCR had to cancel out a couple other tournaments. They had to cancel both the Melee events and Splatoon 2 because enough people didn't sign up. And Pokken is somewhat still at risk of that. So if you can, and you're in the region, or if you're interested in going, definitely check out SCR, SoCal Regional.
Yes.
Please go. Please
Yeah, it's
go.
an amazing
SCR
venue.
was an amazing tournament last year. I definitely want to see that legacy continue.
Oh yeah, I've gone every single year, and it's just been fantastic every single time. Everything from the stream to the setup to the guys running it. I know Valle runs most of it all the most times, and Valle has
Mr.
just
Street Fighter himself.
phenomenal guy. I've worked with him a lot. He used to run a lot of events out of my store, and phenomenal human being. He always runs a clean event. There's very, very, very rarely ever a problem, and if there is a problem, it is immediately solved as soon as possible. He provides tons of setup. I think last year he had like 8 setups or something like that, or maybe at least 4. And then we provided some of our own. So it's phenomenal event. If you guys have never been to the arena, you got to go check it out. I think it should be esports. If it's not, I'm sure you'll find out where it is. Register today and don't miss it. SCR welcomes Pokken. It's super important to keep a home for Pokken. I read that exact opposite of order of what Alistair said, but words of Alistair, man. I was just going up
Mr. Pokken himself.
And Mr. Pokken himself says it's super important to keep a home for Pokken. SCR welcomes Pokken. Register today and don't miss out. So please, if you're in the area, or if you're in NorCal, man, or in Arizona, anywhere nearby, I think it's a 5-hour drive. Make the freaking drive, dude. All right, I'm sacrificing. Okay, I'm driving 20-ish minutes. All right, that's.
Oh, I was about to say, like,
wow.
I'm like, how is
it's Ontario Convention Center. I'm driving 15-ish minutes.
Okay.
All right, that's a sacrifice I'm willing to take for SCR. All right, it's gonna be amazing. Please come out. It's gonna be great. I'll probably be there. I don't know if I'm casting or not. I want to show up either way because it's so close to home and see all you Pokken people. But please. Go to SCR. And that's it. Rokso, do you have any last words for your event?
For my event, please register as quickly as you can. Get those.
Today's the last day for Tier 1.
For Tier 1 and Tier 2 at literally 12 o'clock tonight, August 22nd. It will go up $10. So
Sorry, YouTube watchers.
Sorry, YouTube watchers, but yeah. YouTube, if this comes out before my tournament happens, be sure to sign up.
And what's the dates and location?
It will be November 9th to 11th at the Newark Airport Hilton.
It's going to take me 5 months to upload this video. That's crazy.
Damn, it's crazy.
Please
you're a busy boy.
Support your tournaments because we don't know how much more Pokemon Company is going to support. We'd like to think they're going to support us a lot, but hey, if this is the last season, the only other way you can have some great fun with Pokken is to go to your events such as Revo, such as Destiny, created and funded by a player. Holy crap, my cat might turn off my PC. Thank God she's not.
Yeah,
Get rid of your webcam.
Turned off your camera.
Oh, she turned off my camera. That's fantastic. She's so good at things. Oh, there we are. Perfect. That's just what I wanted to happen.
Rest in peace, Leia.
Well, I think your cat has a good point. Not much. That's it for the events. That's it for our show.
That's it.
Where can people find you? Go around.
Oh, of course. Start with you, Rokso. You are our guest. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Rokso the Savage, Rokso the Savage. I'm not spelling all that.
I like how you spelled the thing that's on the stream.
Well, listen. All right, listen. There are people here that still spell my name Rockso. So I just need to make it clear, all for the YouTubers as well. But yeah, you can also find me on Twitch, the same address, and YouTube. So yeah.
All right, cool. All right, find me Mins Pokken on Twitter. I don't stream, and that's probably not happening while I move into college. So, I mean, it'll happen eventually. Just Mins __, but don't expect that anytime soon. And then I'm always on Discords and whatnot. I'm in like every single one of them. So if there's anything you ever need, just hit me up.
And Ruda's cat closed Skype, so you can follow him on Twitter at Rudafuda, as it's spelled on stream.
Yes. Yeah. He will be. probably at Revo and
Yes.
commentating, casting. So make sure you check him out there. And then McDareth,
So you
what's
can
up with you?
follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube as McDareth. The video will be up, I'm thinking, Thursday morning. This will be up. If you missed part of it or just want to watch this little pre-show before World starts this weekend. And yes.
All right. Thank you so much for watching.
I can't. Yo, Worlds is in 3 days. I'm sorry, YouTubers, but Worlds in 3 days. I
Yep.
cannot wait.
For you YouTubers, Worlds will be tomorrow. So tomorrow from when this video is posted. All right. Thank you all for watching. This has been Ferrum Heights Pokken Podcast. See you next month.